It's so cold in the deep. How the heck are we supposed to make peace? What's all on a ninja mind? Working and doing time. What up though, cousins? So last night, Shayla told Zashery she was going to go pull up at Amber's place. She said, get your bail money ready and make sure you take care of baby Kai. So today, she does just that. She pulls up at Amber's house. She goes and knocks on the door very hard. Amber comes to the door and she's shocked. She like, I know this backstabbing bitch ain't at my door. But she says, what are you doing here? And then Shayla looks at her and says, Amber, I didn't come over here to start no mess, but that's not what you said last night when you said you were going to need bail money and somebody to watch baby Kai. You said when she answered the door, you were going to snatch her out by her hair. Y'all remember how Pamela was talking all sweet after Angelina put hands on her? Well, yeah, that was Shayla today when she got in front of Amber. Amber said, what are you doing here? She said, Amber, I didn't come to start no mess. She says, I just came to ask you one question face to face. Amber says, Shayla, if you don't get off my porch. She says, you want another situation like last time, huh? Because I'm ready to go back to jail. And I got bail money like your daddy. Shayla says, that's not what I'm here for. I bet you it ain't. She says, Shayla, then what are you here for? Shayla says, I just came to ask you a simple question. Are you and Anthony back dealing with each other? Amber says, I know you didn't come ask me about my husband. She says, Jesus, you're going to have to step in right now. I need your help now because I'm about to lay hands and feet on this tramp. While Amber is praying to God, Shayla says, Amber, I just needed to know this. I just needed to know, are you dealing with Anthony again? Amber says, you know what, Shayla, I got too much to lose. Get off of my porch. Shayla says, I'm not leaving until you answer my question. Amber says, get off my porch. Shayla says, I'm not leaving until you answer my question. Amber says, answer your question. First of all, it ain't none of your business. Shayla said, it is my business. He's my child's father. So are you guys dealing back with each other? Amber says, yeah, he's your baby daddy because that's all you're going to be as a baby mama and nothing more. Shayla says, I am a lot more than a baby mama. Amber says, Shayla, shut up. And Shayla shuts up. But she gonna be back talking. Amber says, no, you're not, okay? She said, but you know what you are? You somebody who has always wanted my life. Shayla says, Amber, I do not want your life. She says, yes, you do. She says, you do and you did. Shayla says, no, I don't and I still don't. Yes, you do. And you still don't have it. She's in the big house and you're still not on the lease. Shayla says, now are you and Anthony dealing with each other? That's all I want to know. I don't even want to do this with you. And you just showed Amber that there's cracks in your so-called relationship with your baby daddy. Because if it isn't Amber that you're worried about somebody else. Amber says, because you've always wanted my life, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Shayla says twice, I don't want your life. I don't want your life. Amber says, I'm going to show you what a real lady looks like. And I'm going to politely ask you to get off my porch. Shayla won't back off. She says, are you and Anthony dealing with each other, Amber? Answer the question so I can leave. You crazy as hell. Shayla says, I'm not leaving until you do. Amber laughs and said, look at you thinking you running something. She pauses. She says, no, Shayla, I am not. And do you know why? She looks at Shayla up and down. She says, because I can never be you. You understand? And you could never be me. You see? I can get another Anthony, but you, Shayla, you have to go after people's sloppy seconds because that's all you ever gonna be. You're a bottom feeder. That's all you are, Shayla. She says, no, I'm not dealing with Anthony, but this happens to be our house. So yes, every now and then he comes over here. Shayla says, Amber, I know that he comes over here. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys are not dealing with each other. Amber says, Shayla, be quiet and get off of my porch before I drag you off. Goodbye. Drop your thoughts in the comments, cousins. And I'll see you on the next Roreacts TV video.